Welcome. This is the Senior Safety Advice podcast, and we are so glad that you've made it to a calmer corner of your day. Here, we focus on real solutions, practical help, and the kind of encouragement we could all use a little more of. So let's get to it.
The holidays don't always feel joyful, right? Sometimes the season brings up stress, loneliness, or even a sense that everyone else is celebrating while you're just trying to get through the day. So today we're going to talk about something that matters even more than the celebrations, and that is how to find meaning beyond the festivities, even when life feels heavy or complicated. And if you're new here, I'm Robin Schultz, a senior home safety specialist, and I've spent years helping older adults and caregivers navigate the emotional side of aging, not just the practical things. All right, let's get into this. You know, the holiday season has this funny way of putting a spotlight on our emotions. For some people, it brings joy and connection, and for others, it brings memories that tug at the heart a little harder. And for many older adults, the holidays can feel quiet or different or maybe even lonely. So here's what I want to say today. There is so much more to this season than the parties, the traditions, or the decorations. There's meaning beyond the festivities, and sometimes we have to slow down a bit to find it. I talk with families all the time who feel pressured to make the holidays perfect. They want everything to look like it used to. They want the big gatherings they used to have. They want the laughter. But life changes, and sometimes the biggest act of love is letting things be simpler. Here's what I mean. When we stop trying to recreate the past, we make space for new meaning. Maybe your loved one can't host the big dinner anymore. Maybe family traditions don't work the way they used to. Maybe the energy just isn't there, and that's okay. Really, it's okay. Meaning comes from presence, from noticing little moments and sitting quietly with someone you care about. It comes from sharing a memory or listening, even when the conversation wanders or repeats and repeats. And for seniors who live alone, finding meaning might look a little different. Might be a phone call from a friend. Might be writing a holiday card to someone they haven't talked to in years. It might be setting out a single decoration that brings back a warm memory. Those small gestures count, and sometimes they count more than the big events. I'll share something with you from my own experience. There were years in the past when the holidays felt really heavy for me. Loss does that, and change does that, and I had a hard time when I lost my parents. And even now that it's been at least a decade since then, those feelings don't disappear. They soften, but they don't go away. So if you or someone you love feels that way too, please know that it's normal. There's nothing wrong with you. You don't have to force cheerfulness to make other people comfortable. A lot of older adults feel that quiet ache around this time. Loved ones who aren't here anymore, and traditions that fade away because the people who made them special are gone. And yet, meaning still finds a way through. It shows up in gratitude, in courage, in resilience, and in the simple act of waking up and choosing to face the day. So here's a small practice that I like to share. Try to think of one thing that brings you peace today. Not joy and not excitement, just peace. Maybe it's a warm cup of tea nestled in your hands. Maybe it's feeling that soft, cozy blanket as you sit on the couch. Maybe it's watching a favorite TV show or a rerun of one from the past. Maybe it's just sitting near a window and letting the light hit your face. Whatever brings you peace, acknowledge it. That is meaning, and that is enough. If you're a caregiver, try this exercise with your loved one too. Ask them what small thing brings them peace today. You might be surprised at their answer. Sometimes it's something simple like hearing a familiar song or seeing an old photo. Moments like that deepen connection in a way that holiday parties never could. The truth is, meaning beyond the festivities is about honoring where you are right now, not where you were 5 years ago, not where you wish things could be, just right now. And that kind of acceptance can feel like a breath of fresh air during a season that pushes us to do more, be more, celebrate more. Maybe this holiday season you focus on kindness instead of perfection. Maybe give yourself permission to rest. Maybe let yourself feel what you feel without apology. That alone can bring more meaning than any gift under a tree. And if you're supporting an older adult, remember this. Your presence matters. Your patience matters. Your willingness to slow down helps them feel grounded. And you do not have to fix everything. You don't have to cheer them up. Simply being there is enough. So as we wrap up today's episode, I want you to hold on to this. The holidays do not have to be loud and bright to be meaningful. They don't have to be crazy busy to be fulfilling. Sometimes the quiet moments tell the real story. So thank you for joining me today. If this episode brought a little peace to your day, share it with someone you care about. Maybe someone who could use a reminder to pause and reflect. You'll find more resources for seniors and caregivers at Senior SafetyAdvice.com. And please come back tomorrow for another daily moment of guidance and encouragement right here on the Senior Safety Advice Podcast. Until next time, take care. Bye.
This podcast is part of our mission to help older adults live safely and independently. If you'd like to take the next step, visit aginginplacedirectory.com, where you'll find specialists, helpful resources, and inspiration to make every home your place to thrive.